All right, we return. Uh, Last week. Who wants to go over last week? Last week was eventful. Isaiah, you've been voluntold.
Oh, oh, very well then. Oh, let's see. Well, um, we first we prepared for the invasion or the onslaught onto Evergreen, and then we went out scouting before shit hit the fan. And while we were out scouting, Rubits started surrounding Evergreen. We had a choice to make, and that was to uh, investigate and go with these former bandits, or what we thought were bandits, go with them and help them, or go back to uh, Evergreen and try to hold out. We determined that we wanted to get more allies as a higher success survival. So we went with the HUC, is what they were calling themselves, and they led us to Hiveholm, where we promptly got arrested. It was like protective custody because everyone wanted to look at us, or in my mind's image, throw rocks at us, and for some reason, for killing all of their friends and family, uh, like the raider scum that they were. But those all of that attacks was actually coordinated because they thought we were working with the Rubits because we had Rubits and they didn't, and they didn't understand how remote controls work. But then we found out that there is a sentient alien species out there that's still alive. The moth bug people that have they're less bugs and more crab-like, but they look like moths. And they can do some like psychic shit, but with emotions. That's cool. We met several of them, several of these crab bugs people.
Egregorians.
Egregorian. The scariest one was Endeavor, like the hive mind, who was like bending reality around him, and turned out he was pretty chill with our existence being there and all. But then we met this guy named Terror, which is like a battle version of one, like a warrior. He's got like saw blades for hands and shit. And what he was doing was we walked in and he had like an apron on cooking. And, like a very polite person. And I was shocked, just the culture shock. And he went, "Hey, you want to help me?" And we all went, "Hell yeah, dude."
Babies.
Yeah, you want me to help get babies back alive? And we're like, "Hell yeah, dude. That sounds like something that we can do." So we went to escort the research people, and then we heard some noises. We went to investigate. Turned out to be worms, giant worms that were infesting kind of like this nest. So we aborted the babies that we saw on the walls, and we killed the parents. And also, I got bit really hard. And now we're here.
All right. With the hive worms brutally slaughtered in the home that they've made for themselves, you have succeeded in securing the safety of Bitter and their team. So you were able to return to them. Bitter tells you that in addition to the eggs that were found here, they also found several old pieces of technology. Krista, they hand to you a this kind of strange looking piece of You think maybe slate that has odd curving geometric figures in it. And as you run your fingers over it, you feel kind of a strange tickle in the back of your mind. Bitter explains that this is what is called an osteomimetic. It is a physical artifact that witness has been inscribed on. So those who have experienced witness, or those who know how to witness, are able to share in the experiences from long, long ago.
Oh, almost like transcribed memory.
More or less, yes.
Like the beacon in Mass Effect 1, right?
Exactly what I was thinking about.
That's what I
yeah.
thought.
Shepard.
Jerks.
So you have secured the safety of this little facility.
Right, as well as the dormant eggs of the Egregorian. Correct.
Did we ever find those?
Yeah,
That's
Or
what they're
we
doing.
set up
that's what they're doing now.
Yeah.
to find them, or to what do you mean? What they're doing that right now?
They're taking care of it. We were covering.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You have surmised that there's no machine forces in these tunnels, and you have cleared out the only sense of perceivable danger for them.
Would you mind typing out that slate so I get the spelling correct?
Slate.
Yeah.
The thing that I was handed.
Oh.
The osteo something something something.
Corrosis.
That's. I didn't want to. Yeah. That's fine.
Didn't pop up. What?
Bone meme. A bone meme.
Oh, like Doot?
Yeah, like dude.
That's bone.
I'm gonna learn to
This is
witness. It's just gonna be.
This is the fucking dude meme inscribed on this thing.
It's like, I
Fuck
don't
a shit
understand.
pose from thousands of years ago.
Is this one of them NFT things?
Oh god,
I
don't.
remember
No,
reading
Donnie.
about this in the books.
No, Donnie, this has worth.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Fucking
How could
smoke
you
that
say
thing.
something so true?
I wondered where that was going.
Bitter thanks you for your assistance, and they assure you that the team here should be able to handle themselves. If there's any more worms, most likely the two that you killed were kind of the alphas of this area. So any more that show up are most likely going to be underdeveloped, and they can handle it with small arms fire.
Yeah, Sigma Squad.
Well, if they feel comfortable without the escort, I guess we will take our leave.
The Bitter does make one final point. They scrawl a report, essentially, and request you take it to Terror.
All right. Krista takes the report, nods, salutes, and escorts her squad back to Terror's abode.
Bitter kind of awkwardly salutes back, and you are able to take a. As you head through the tunnels, you eventually reach the midshaft port, and you're able to take a gondola back to the greater Hive Home area.
Said it was only an hour by rail, so this is all the same day.
Yes.
Awesome.
We have been so busy.
Is it the gondola for people, like not for mechs?
The gondola is for people, yes. Sorry, I should probably specify. Your mechs are left at a set of, like, what's the proper way to put it? I guess a hangar. They're left at a hangar. The hangar has its own gondola-esque rail system that should be able to bring your mechs to other parts of the city as needed.
Okay. Deal. Those are
Useful.
all parked and taken care of.
What'd you say, Homo?
Useful.
Very useful. The ride back to Terror's abode is very, very uneventful. You are able to look down over the edges of the gondola and watch fishermen, both Hercynian and Egregorian, go about their daily lives. You're able to see, as you head over the merchants' districts, you're able to see merchants hawking their wares, and from as high up as you are, they kind of all look like bugs, to be honest. The Egregorians look like big bugs, but they all kind of just look like ants. Eventually, the gondola parks at a higher tier part of Hive Home, and you are able to make your way to Terror's abode. As you enter, Terror is nowhere to be seen. However, in his place, doing what appears to be some sort of paperwork, is a deep brown Egregorian. You must be the ones Terra asked for, the Lancers from Evergreen.
It's affirmative.
I trust your duty has gone well, if you are returned so soon.
That is also correct. And she brandishes the note that Bitter had inscribed earlier. We were tasked to give this to... We leave it in your capable hands?
Allow me to retrieve them. And the brown Egregorian takes the note in their hands and leaves to a different room. You hear the tinkling of some sort of pottery and a much deeper rumble. They are returned. Wonderful. I shall see them immediately. And you hear once more the kind of soft tinkling of pottery as Terror enters the room with you, carrying a tray with a small Hercynian tea set.
Oh, I fucking knew it.
Ooh.
Error?
Fox Squad, would you like some tea?
That would be most pleasant. And
Terror.
Krista ushers for the other two to take a seat.
Terror pours a cup for everyone, themselves included, and they read your report as they sip their tea.
What does it taste like? Does it taste like regular tea leaves? Like, where the fuck did they get tea leaves? Or is it like mushrooms?
It's kind of a mushroomy tea.
Oh.
How's it taste, though?
Like
It-
Tastes like mushrooms?
It tastes like you would have to become accustomed to it.
Hmm.
You feel the taste has its merits, but it's weird. If that makes sense.
Sure.
You understand how people could like this, though.
Nyx is sipping on her drink, and occasionally, when she thinks no one's looking, she's pouring a little bit into her suit.
How do you do that? Do you just like pull open your collar and then pour it down?
What? No, it's like I pour it on my hand for it to drink.
Into your hand. That's
Just
boring.
put your hand in the cup
Yeah, just put your finger in the cup. Like a blind person.
Hmm.
and go like a straw.
That might work.
Yeah. Don't have to spill all over yourself.
I'm not spilling it. I'm just giving some to my suit. I'm being nice.
Yeah, like you would like a gas tank.
You hear a soft clatter as Error puts down their cup and finishes the report. Bitter's findings are pleasing to us. I am especially pleased at the rediscovery of osteomimetics.
Oh, plural?
That's what the report says, at least. They're
Oh.
understandably important to us. Much like yours have books of history, osteomimetics tie us to our past. These treasures are priceless. Terror turns to their Egregorian attaché. Mirth, retrieve for me. And before Terror finishes, Mirth has already bowed and scuttled off.
I knew you were gonna say scuttled, but if I said scuttled before you said scuttled, y'all would have called him a racist.
I was
We
Yaku
still
gonna be
might.
like, Scuttle?
Did he
After
scuttle away?
Are you gonna scuttle now, Bugman?
After a handful of minutes, Mirth, the brown Egregorian, returns, carrying an enormous, organic-looking, curved thing. Upon further inspection, it appears to be it's a talon. It's calcified and mineralized to a metallic sheen. One end of it appears to be broken and wrapped like the hilt of a sword. It is a dead ringer for one of Terror's own talons, actually.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
that's gotta be important.
Would you like to ask Terror about it?
I will actually say that because of my culture. That giving weapons like this is a big deal. And
Oh,
say,
is
is
is,
giving it?
is this a token of respect in your culture as well?
This once belonged to a close friend of mine. I would like one of you to wield it. Bring glory to them, even though they are lost.
If it's cool with y'all, I would like to go. And take it.
As you approach it, you realize something, Yaku. This blade is about as tall as you are.
Oh, how the fuck would I use this as an
With-
actual weapon?
With a neck.
Oh my Jesus! Okay, maybe I can do it. I thought this was gonna be like a samurai sword, a katana, and I'm like, oh, my culture would be all about this shit.
Your culture is fuck these bugs until they give me weapons.
Krista.
He gave me tea, which is a very Japanese thing to do.
Krista, Mirth presents it to you. Our reports say that you are the one who uses the most intimate of weapons, shall we say.
He's so good with words. I wouldn't have gotten that.
Your assessment would be correct.
You see, as Mirth presents it to you, Krista, that there appears to be writing in witness just above the wrapped hilt. Would you like to run your fingers along it to see if you can glean what it means?
She asks for permission first to touch it,
Terror gives you leave.
and then she will run fingers along the inscribings. I assume they are inscribings.
You feel once more that tugging at the back of your mind, but you kind of take a breath, and you let your mind kind of relax ever so slightly, just for a moment, and you feel a phrase. Goodbye, old friend. Goodbye, old love.
Now, does she feel the emotions that are attached to this as well?
You feel a complicated mixture of pride and of grief and of love. This was definitely something. This definitely belonged to someone important to Terror. And from the feeling you get from the inscribing, Terror themselves carved this inscribing.
She opens her eyes and looks at Terror. I will cherish this gift and bring pride to its wielder before me.
That is all I ask. And Terror kind of makes an attempt at a bow, but as large as they are, it's difficult for them.
Regardless, Krista responds in kind.
All right, Krista, if you would add Rude Siblings Molt to your gear, it is an exotic main melee weapon. It has a threat of 1. It deals 1d6 plus 1 kinetic damage, and once per round, you may deal 1d6 bonus damage to characters that are shredded or stunned.
Oh, cool. Let me see where I can find that.
Shredded again?
Shredded is like fucked your armor, I think.
Yeah, like they bypass their armor, but like, how do you get shredded? How do you shred people?
Some weapons do it, I know.
Let me look.
How do I add stuff again? It's been a while.
And Compcon?
To CompCon
Yeah.
or what?
Yeah, in CompCon.
I think it's under tactical or something. Let me see. Tactical profile, add exotic equipment below your licenses.
Ah, thank you. And what was it called again?
Rude Siblings Molt.
Oh, I see it. Cool. All right, I have added it.
About that, I need a second. Dog was making a ruckus.
You all right?
Yep, we're good. Alright. Your meeting with Terror and your assistance of them has increased your standing amongst the Egregorians. Word quickly spreads of the finding of the osteomimetics and of how integral you were to the success of this operation. Bitter and their team gives you glowing praise as they bring these osteomimetics back to the central kind of museum. The Marble Arcade now has a new exhibit showing freshly gleaned Egregorian culture.
Nice.
Terror sends the Brood Siblings molt to your mechs so that it may be safely stored alongside them.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was gonna move that.
It's like the size of your body and it's metal. You're not carrying it.
Yeah.
Lancer gets pretty anime, but that's a bit too anime.
Or carrying it like that meme, the Ugandan funeral. Danced all the way to the mech.
There's only 3 of us, though.
The next few days pass in relative comfort. You are able to spend your time wandering around Hive Home, getting to know some of its citizens. You're able to get a kind of picture of daily life. You see Egregorian fishermen pulling in hauls of cave crustaceans, and displaying their catches on the docks. You see an old Egregorian carefully carving the exterior of their dwelling with very intricate whorls. Seeing your kind of quizzitive stares, or quizzical rather, they just remark that they are carving the history of the dwelling's occupants. At one point, your path through the city is blocked by a colorful procession, moving slowly through the streets. The people wear bright costumes and play very unfamiliar music. You learn from a bystander that this is a funeral procession.
You see what you do.
Oh, I was just thinking, like,
You make the jokes, and now someone's dead.
oh, who died? Oh, those people we didn't go rescue. I'm sure this doesn't relate to us whatsoever.
Overhead, above the funeral procession, you see a dark shadow for a second. And as you look up, you see a gondola. The soft breeze in the cavern causing its cable to shudder. You see one ranger, who's either daring, bored, or stupid, is hanging off the side, lazily kicking his legs. It's peaceful here. But soon enough, the summit begins. As the summit begins, a quiet falls over Hive Home. The city is tense as the leaders of their known world come together to decide the future of their civilization. At Terra's suggestion, you have been allowed to sit in on the deliberation. In the days you have waited, Dethal has filled you in on the courtesy recognized in Hercynian culture. You find that it is strikingly similar to etiquette in union settlements. Don't interrupt, speak when spoken to, keep on topic, etc., etc. She also tells you that rarely will direct parley with the leaders sway them. Yotur and Primaz, two of the Hercynian leaders from other settlements, are still truthfully distrusting of your presence, but their attachés may be open to your suggestions. She also notes that there's a few things around Hive Home that can be done to show your willingness to help the delegates from Daylight and Mycol Fields. which would absolutely help your cases. Lastly, the thing she doesn't say speaks the loudest. Information will be your most potent weapon in these deliberations, and any way you can get it will help you gain an edge. With the leaders gathered, the deliberations start, and your one shot at saving Evergreen begins as well.
Oh boy.
It's time for some diplomatic wrangling.
Oh no.
Before you are 4 clocks. Win over Daylight, win over Michael Fields, and reach out to Evergreen. For this diplomacy to be considered successful, at least 2 of these 3 will need to be filled out.
Okay, can you? Oh.
1 second. Gotta move to that page on my side. If you will notice, to the right of those 3 clocks is another clock called concessions. Since you assisted Terror, your concession clock is 10 segments. Normally it would be 8. The concessions represent concessions that you can make on behalf of Hive Home, such as troop deployments, resources, trade deals with other cities, transfer of food, etc., etc. When that clock is empty, the negotiations are over, whether you are successful or not. But here's how this is going to work. You can try anything you can think of to gain leverage and sway the negotiations in your favor. I mean, beyond simply arguing your cases, there are a number of ways that you could try to win over factions and individuals to establish contact with Evergreen. Or establish contact with Evergreen. What you'll do when you've decided what you want to do is you'll make a skill check. And depending on how well you roll, you could gain concessions. You could lose concessions. You could gain, at minimum, +2 to the clock that you are aiming for. Or if you roll quite well, you can gain +3 for your goal clock in an additional concession.
How many knots on each clock, you said?
There are 6 on the 3 to the left. There is 10 on the 1 to the right.
I missed the number you cut out for a second on me.
6 on the 3 to the left, and 10 on the 1 to the right.
And the one on the right is what we used to spend for the ones on the left?
Pretty much, yes. So, what do you want to try to do? Everything is on the table.
I have another question.
Yes.
Do we spend one concession to... Do we spend concessions to fill out the other clock?
No. You just tell me what you want to do, and you roll a skill check, and the concessions will either... fall away. If you roll poorly, you lose concessions. If you successfully roll, you gain points towards your goal, and you lose a concession. Or if you roll quite well, you gain many points towards your goal, and you gain an additional concession. Think of your concessions as like your hit points. This is combat, and concessions are your hit points.
Okay. Well, I have an idea on how we would reach out to Evergreen. Does anyone else have any ideas about other stuff that they want to do?
Similar boat for Evergreen.
So, when you say tell you what we want to do and then a skill check, like what is the range of things to do?
They give examples of things like hack into Hive Home's ancient communication network to boost signals, perform petty errands for secretaries, learn more history about the conflict, gain the favor of influential public figures, repair, service aging weapons, sneak into an attaché's office to rifle through files, or gain support from the Egregorian population.
Wait, isn't this like a summit meeting?
Yes. It lasts.
So how are we doing?
It lasts several days.
Oh, okay.
It's not just one
And
meeting. It's
this-
many meetings.
Okay. Well, I have a
This is,
starting idea.
go ahead. You're the leader, dude.
So I want to actually listen to the kind of conversations that are going on, and I want to like roll a read a situation.
Like sit in with the summit, or what do you mean?
Yeah, well, we are sitting in the summit, right? So I want to,
You have express
Kinda
permission to sit in
gauge-
with the summit, so
yeah,
Ah.
I want to try to see if I can glean how the social cliques are within this summit, if that makes sense. Like who's with who, and what goals are aligned with what.
all right.
Is that something I can do? Or
Absolutely.
Is that, okay, so I'll roll a read the situation then.
Yes. Roll me read a situation.
All right, here we go. Let's see. A 10.
The 10
Not bad.
is...
It's typically a success, right?
It is, but my dialogue is being weird. Give me
What is it?
1 second for some technical difficulties. Well, only fix is to turn off the shit, the fucking script I was using, and now it's gonna be very bright. It annoys me. Okay, let's get back to it though. Alright, you rolled a 10 on a read a situation. You are able to sit in and listen to their tactical deliberations. Krista, you discover what they're deliberating specifically is for the last 50 years or so, the HUC has been fighting back machine incursions into Soloterra, the continent that you're on, and they've won some major engagements. Progress in the entire campaign, though, has favored the machine. The HUC has been pushed back thousands of kilometers from the coastline where the invasion initially began. They've been pushed back to a town near Hiveholm called Egregor Cross. For the past several years, the HUC has been managing to hold the machine at the cross, but the battles have been kind of grim. There's been 100-meter advancements and retreats, with very negligible strategic accomplishments on either side.
Like
But-
World War One kind of shit.
Kinda, yeah, essentially.
I see.
But lately the machine forces have been kind of thinning, and it seems that the machine has switched focus to Evergreen. The amount of troop buildup from the machine seems to indicate the beginning of another continent-wide campaign. And this meeting specifically is to determine where they will position their forces and whether they will attempt a counterattack or dig in for a defensive war. Currently, Terror and Alir Ordo, Dethal's father, favor a counterattack. And that seems to be the general vibe of the entire meeting.
Okay.
So, with your 10, which clock are you aiming for? Win over Daylight, win over Michael Fields, or reach out to Evergreen?
Is there one that's most appropriate for that action?
Probably reach out to Evergreen since it's more of they're looking into more of a
Military strategic.
yeah. since they're looking into more of like a counterattack sort of deal, while the machine forces are currently occupied with Evergreen.
Okay.
So,
Then yeah, I guess it's that one.
all right, so you gain 2 points towards your goal clock.
Oh,
However,
nice.
you may choose to give up an additional concession. Oh, let's see. You give up a concession, and you make a point towards your goal clock. Or 2 points towards your goal clock. You may give up another concession. I'm really bungling this.
That's okay.
You may give up an additional concession to gain an additional point towards Evergreen.
I will choose not to do that because it sounds like my comrades have more ideas for the Evergreen one, and I need to think about how to improve daylight and my coal fields.
All right. We'll handle this like it's combat. Who would you like to go next?
I'll have Nyx go next.
Yay!
All right, Nyx, what's your plan?
I want to get my Omnihook stuff out of Rogue and try to boost a signal enough where we can communicate with Evergreen if they're talking about counterattack situation. We can get them immediate reports on what they're dealing with and plan better.
All right. Roll me a, I would say this would be hack or fix. Yeah. And due to your, hold on. Due to your expertise with, Evergreen's kind of communication system in general, I'm gonna give you an advantage.
Yay! Awesome.
You get an additional d6.
E6,
Awesome,
baby.
awesome.
There we go.
All right, that's a 20 plus. So you're pointing towards reaching out to Evergreen, right?
Mhm.
On a 20 plus, you gain 3 points towards your goal
Fuck yeah.
and a concession.
Hey,
good.
hey!
And he used the
Awesome
concession
shit.
to fill out the clock?
Do you want me, do you want to do your thing for Evergreen?
Well, if you can use a concession and just go ahead and fill out the Evergreen clock.
You cannot use a concession to gain another at this point. That's only on 10 to
Okay.
19.
Okay.
You're able to use your Omni Hook and Rogue, and you're able to catch snippets of communications coming out of Evergreen. What you hear is kind of grim, to be honest. You hear a series of tones from a communication being repeated through Evergreen. What you hear is snippets of communique from Liu Mei's. There's a shaking voice, the sounds of fear, and for just a brief couple seconds, the signal comes in clear. They're sweeping over it like it's nothing. Oh god, they're just walking over it. And then back to static.
Oh, I don't like that. Control Z.
Control Z, he says.
Well, I relay all the information that I can and hope for the best at this point.
The leaders think that this is grim tidings, but not unexpected. Alright, Gyaku, what you got?
I would like to probably get a scout and lead me up the tunnel where we came from. With my personal radio, I wanted to sneak up with a guide and to reach out with my my personal radio, because we had contact with patients until we went deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to do that to get a relay a message that we've made contact with the leaders. It's going well. they want to do they are independently wanting to do a counterattack. How can we coordinate between the two of them?
I would say this is I would say this is a spot check because you're trying to find your signal essentially, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to find a signal so you can reach out to patients. So roll me a spot check.
Okay. Fuck, a 9.
All right. Unfortunately, you take -2 concessions.
Ouch.
Or you can choose to take -1 concession and -1 from any goal clock. And right now, the only one you have filled out at all is Evergreen.
So if you succeed, it's a minimum of 2.
Yep.
So if I take a concession and 1 off of Evergreen, then even if we make it 10, we'll fill out Evergreen.
Yes.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Okie doke. As you have the scout lead you up, they lead you past the large set of lamps, almost like an artificial sun, to the top of the mountain that you were on. You try to use your personal radio to hail patients, but you get static. You keep trying and you keep trying, but nothing. You just can't reach out to them. You fear for a second that Evergreen has fallen, but you're able to look through your binoculars, and it's still there, and it's still surrounded, but you can't hear anything from it.
Okay. I will return, unfortunately. And mention to the group, the Fox Squad, that communication seems to be a bit strained, and maybe the subalterns of some sort of jamming device like that one we fought that one time. Like the big speaker one? Didn't he? Was he a jammer?
He was jamming? I think that's where I got it, so I know sure.
Yes.
So that's my idea, at least. Holmo, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm thinking. So Krista's got some talking skills, mainly leading. Do you mind going a little more in detail of the factions Daylight and Michael Fields?
Sure. Terror happily obliges, and he shows you a map.
Oh. Oh. I see.
Okay, so that's where Daylight is. That's where Highfall is. That's Evergreen. That's Michael Fields. Okay.
All these underground?
They are. If you'll remember,
Except for Evergreen.
except for Evergreen, of course, and Merrickton and Leo Mays are above ground as well.
Yeah.
If you will remember, your path towards Coast Ridge actually took you around Mount Cooper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You guys were very close to Daylight for a bit.
And how about what their goals are? Like, I
Um,
assume they want to stop the machine kind of onslaught. But what about the more long-term goals?
At this point, the long-term goals are kind of to stop the machine horde. But they have different opinions on how to go about it. If you look at the image here, from left to right is Ilir Ordo, Terror, Piotr Heidel, and Primoz Komarand.
Okay.
Piotr and Primoz they want to, instead of forming a counterattack, they want to instead create a defensive line, because they believe that once Evergreen falls, the machines will advance further north into Daylight territory. They believe that there is critical importance to drawing a new defensive line at the narrow top of the colony's valley.
All right. Then, can I use my lead or inspire skill to try to convince them that the best way to ensure that the assault will never reach their people is to stop it full in its tracks with Evergreen?
You can try, but Primoz and Piotr are they have their minds set on it pretty much. So you could make the leader inspire, but you would have one difficulty.
Okay.
There is another way that you could disseminate this thought to them, though, if you would like to go through their attaches instead between meetings. You would be able to make a if not lead or inspire, you would be able to make a charm check, but without the difficulty.
Do you have any points in charm?
I do not.
What's your lead and inspire?
4.
So, even with a difficulty, it could be,
potentially
a 1, 2, and
negatable.
3.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you which one to do. I wanted to just give you that option that I thought of.
Well, how about, where do the Egregorians stand regarding this?
The Egregorians mostly stand with Terror, and Terror is of the mind to counterattack. To attack the machine's forces while they are marching, so that the defenders can attempt to identify the location of the machine's leader, and in a single surgical strike, eliminate him.
Alright, so that's more along the lines of what we want to do.
Yes.
Already. Okay, and what about the 4th guy? Is he the one from my coal fields?
He
The
is.
one with the Timo hat?
Yes. Mr.
Oh
Timo.
my god.
Mr. Timo Hat is from. Mr. Timo Hat is. No, he is of Daylight.
Oh, okay. All 3 are for Daylight.
Whoops.
Oh, okay. Well, where's the Michael Fields representatives?
He is for Daylight.
Yeah, let me
He
write
is for
these,
Michael Fields.
Oh.
Mm.
Did you not see him at first? Because I didn't see him at first either.
Who?
No, I'm
What?
just losing track of people.
The monk?
The monk.
Yeah, I thought
the monk is
the monk and the
monk
call
is-
were both Daylight.
the monk is Piotr, and he is from Michael Fields.
But he
Timo
also
Hat.
wants to set up a defensive line.
Yes. He's most
So
likely going
anyone-
to side with Daylight.
Okay. And Daylight is the 2 guys left and the right.
No. Timo Hat is
Oh.
from Daylight.
Uh-huh.
The guy on the left is Alir Orno, Dethal's dad.
Oh.
He represents Hive Home, and
Okay.
Terror is the leader of the Egregorian Rangers.
Right. Why don't we have something for... We're just trying to get Michael Fields and Daylight over?
Yes, because Hive Home is
Dad. Yeah, we've already-
of the mind to assist Evergreen.
Okay.
So they're essentially already on your side.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so my proposal was kind of like the main point of the summit, so that might be a bit daunting to just do right from the start. Do you think if we wear them down a little, we could maybe do that without a difficulty
Yes.
later in the summit?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Once you
but
have
you
at
were
least
talking about...
Once you have
Go
at
ahead.
least one clock filled, you'll be able to do that without a difficulty.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
I guess I will try speaking to the attaches and kind of planting the seed of the thought that a defensive line won't be effective in the long term. And you said I need to do a charm for that one?
Yes, we'll say a charm.
All right. All right, that's just going to be a straight D20 for me. But hopefully the dice will be on my side.
When do you add grit?
Well,
Oof.
Book.
That is a 2 concession loss.
unfortunate.
That's okay.
7 remain.
All right. Does anybody have an idea? Who wants to go next?
If Donnie doesn't, I got one.
I don't know. So I'm thinking about like maybe helping them with like weapons shit, but I don't know what that would fall under. Because my thought is like, we have more advanced tech. If I can talk with their engineers or whatever and show like, look, you can do this and that, and this is how our shit works, and you can replicate that really easy and give them some kind of edge to work with.
I would say that
But
you could potentially convince them that since the source of your technology is Evergreen, reaching out to Evergreen would be beneficial for the technological state of Hive Home.
So something like, look, here's like a taste of what we've got. If you guys can help Evergreen, think how much this can advance you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like exactly.
Could I work that with an invent and create kind of thing of like looking over their gear and showing like, look, this is its state now, this is what I have, this is what you could transplant.
Well,
if
you're
you have
helping
the resources.
fix their stuff, right?
I
Why
guess
not
that would
hack or
be fixing.
fix?
I could work with that. If you want to count that as fixing, sure.
I'd say hack or fix because you're helping repair their gear, right?
So
Mhm.
hack or fix.
Yep.
Fix gear.
Kind of in the name.
Fair enough.
Gear.
Okie dokie.
That's amazing.
All right, you gain 1 concession and you fill out the Evergreen clock.
Awesome. Yeah, I start to not like disassembling Rogue, but taking parts that I can spare to show like you've got this and that, and getting Rogue to like explain like his basic function and how our weapons work and how they can improve like their weapons and armor and stuff like that.
The citizens of Hive Home are very wary of Rogue. Like entirely mistrusting of him. But
I will use him specifically through like my suit and speaker system. I'm not like taking the mech. I'm just taking bits off the mech.
Well, as you work with them, they're still mistrusting of Rogue. Just this mechanical voice coming from your suit. It seems to be very like a touchy subject for them.
That's okay.
But as you finish helping them repair their gear, the first day of the summit comes to a close. your actions have definitely swayed the people, and you hear chatter of a desire to reach out to Evergreen, to reach out to the people that were once the enemies of Hivehome.
You know damn well they're good fighters because how much of a heartache they gave you being your enemy. You want that guy to be your friend.
As the second day starts, you are all once again invited to the deliberation. And whenever Ilir brings up the idea of reaching out to reaching out to Evergreen, Piotr and Primov seem way more receptive to it. Your actions have swayed them.
Awesome.
Alright, who wants to go next?
Good shit. I think that's Gyaku's last for this turn order.
Is there any military people from Daylighter or my Caulfields?
Old man? He looks pretty military.
I mean, in the sense, well, yes, absolutely, with the sense of like instructors.
There are no instructors,
Or
but there
rangers.
are a handful of rangers from Daylight and Michael Fields.
So with the concept of I fought the subalterns before, and I fought them stealthily. I wanted to teach them either how to take them out quietly and like not, teach them how to either assassinate them or teach them how to hide them.
Are you saying you want to teach them how to take someone out?
Or act unseen.
Or act unseen or unheard?
Which would you?
They appreciate your efforts to teach them to act unseen or unheard, but they feel pretty accomplished in that, seeing as they were able to, harass Evergreen for so long before you all arrived. However, they would very much appreciate your expertise in fighting the subalterns, so if they're ever caught out on foot, they have a chance. You may use your take someone out trigger.
Deal. Do I get any advantage for having killed one stealthily in the past?
If they didn't have some experience fighting the subalterns themselves, I would say yes. But they do have some prior experience, so it will be a flat roll.
Dealio. That's a 17. It was a 17!
That was a 7. Damn it.
Man.
That is unfortunately... What?
Just like, you gotta just chop right here, and you gotta stab right there. And they're like, what the fuck is
That
this?
is unfortunately 2 concessions.
I have done nothing but fail. Oh my god.
We just need to get next to hack or fix. Wait, why does it say hack of fix instead of hack or fix? Your skill
did that on
check. Did you do that?
Oh,
on
did I
purpose?
write that in?
Yeah, you're hack of fix.
Hold on, let me. Oh, you do type it in.
Gyaku, as you're giving them some tips, they actually start giving you some tips in return, and you feel...
Why do I always fail? Why
You
do I
feel-
always fail?
You feel like it was a productive... you feel like it was a productive conversation on the intricacies of hand-to-hand fighting with machines, but you were unfortunately not able to sway them to your side.
I suck so bad.
Aww.
Overly self-conscious, yeah.
I show boo.
It's so
Alright, who's next?
Homo, you got something? Yeah, can you speak good to these daylight people?
I mean, I
have-
do.
I have an idea that I might be able to use to. Oh,
Help what?
Our upcoming rolls?
I don't know if you can do that.
Well, I was
Go
curious
ahead
if
and
I
say
could
it.
do. I mean, if I could do like investigate to try to read the people, or stay cool to try to just talk shit out with them, to maybe get a better understanding of how we
Well, that's
can.
what I did the first turn, remember, with Rita's situation?
Mm-hmm.
True.
Which, I mean, it was a success, but it doesn't get us, like, bonuses on extra stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, that could translate over with hanging out with one of the members of Daylight or Michael Fields and learning their culture and how they want to interact. And
What would you roll for that, though?
Hmm.
what are you proficient in? Stay cool and what else?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Stay cool, investigate, invent, create, hacker fix.
Maybe you could invent defensive options, invent defensive gadgets, or maybe you could.
Invent the EMP bomb.
And then I'll sell it.
Or maybe you could,
Better.
I don't know, gamble with some of the members and stay cool while you're playing and having a conversation. I don't know.
I won't go first.
Okay.
Home. Oh, you said you wanted.
Do not.
You mentioned there was like a kind of conflict area going on with the
Yes.
machines at the moment.
At Egregor Cross.
Yeah, Egregor Cross. Would it be possible for me to lead an assault there to kind of tip the scales against the machines
Oh, that's good.
using my assault trigger?
You would be gone for a handful of days, but yes, if you're able to lead an assault successfully, that would definitely help.
Would the rewards be the same? Because I feel like I'd be losing a lot of my turns as a result.
You would not lose a lot of your turns as a result.
Okay. Then I will attempt that.
All right.
Please, Mr. Dice.
Yay!
13.
Woo!
All right. So that's at the cost of 1 concession.
Okay.
You gain +2 to any of the clocks.
All right. The
Egregor Cross would be closest to Daylight, I believe.
yeah. Then let's give it a daylight.
Alrighty. Let me get back to there. That's 2 points towards Daylight.
Okay. Now, Isaiah, did you want to go, or Donnie, did you want to go?
Bonnie, you got an idea?
I'm brainstorming.
Okay,
got an idea?
I can try to act unseen and try to
Yeah.
and investigate an office.
Yeah, that was one of the things mentioned.
Look at documents, take pictures with my helmet or whatever space sci-fi camera I got.
It's a phone.
Yeah.
iPhone 2000
They come out with a new one every year.
every
So
second.
it's up to iPhone 15 million.
I would like to use my Samsung 40K to
What are you talking about? They were bought out a millennia ago.
that's right, for a nickel.
I think you're good to roll, right?
You are good to
I actually
roll.
wanted to bring up using my stealth suit, which
Your stealth
I turn
suit?
invisible.
Give you an advantage.
That makes me a lot happier. Oh
Hey.
my god!
That
fucking
accuracy
advantage.
saved your roll.
so fucking hard.
All right.
Sheesh.
You're able to you were able to sneak into the temporary office of Primoz and overlook some documents. You see he has been thinking through and planning out this defensive line for a long time, and you were able to bring up some of the ideas that were in his document,
Like it was my idea.
like you came up with them, and it kind of sways his attention towards you positively.
Oh, that's good. That's good shit. That's good shit.
All right.
Donnie, what you got?
If you could do another hacker fix, honestly.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think what.
Alright, you already fixed the gear. You already hacked communications.
Could I? Okay. Is there any signal for the machines that I could pick up?
And like
The what?
jam.
Well, either jam or get more information. Because like on the
Oh,
one end,
intercept.
we got information from Evergreen to get the tiny piece of like the hell that's going on over there, to get that information. If I could get information from the machines themselves, that, I don't know, maybe we get a better idea of like their movement, or if they're holding troops back that we need to be concerned about, or something like that, something that might ease the minds for like, we can make a counterattack because we don't have to watch our back door right this second, kind of thing. That kind of
Yeah.
Got
information.
the
You could-
satellite.
You could try to hack into some machine broadcasts to see if you can get an idea of their movement patterns.
Okay, I'll do that.
So that would be a hacker fix. And in fact, due to your experience with the broadcast fighting it, I'm gonna give you an accuracy.
Hey. Yeah, I'll get a. Technically, a Sano shirt would be now I'm familiar with that. Run it through that a little.
Indeed.
Awesome. Let's see.
That's awesome.
That's
Yay!
fucking amazing.
You hack into a machine frequency, and you receive the message crystal clear. This area is under Union control. Pursuant to NAVCOM Special Order 1 TBK, all organic life hereby ordered. Evacuation, intensity 3. Repeating over and over. But you hear it, you're able to detect it repeating from a certain source, and you're able to detect the source moving. As you have discovered this and you're closing it down, you hear, "You can still leave. You do not have to fight. If you surrender, you will be accounted for and treated with dignity. Do not have to fight. I am Union. I am peace. Help is on the way."
Oh.
An ominous message, to say the least.
No strings on me.
Nah. I relay every bit of it.
I trust that like a fart in a marathon.
What the hell? That's not a phrase, is it?
Don't trust
It is
farts.
for Gyaku.
Overly cryptic yak.
Overly.
Alright, since you filled out your win over daylight clock, I'm gonna let that extra point from your crit overflow into the Michael Fields clock.
Hey,
Oh, for the
awesome.
benefit of both?
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Yeah, I think that works, because that's good information for everyone.
Alright. Krista, you came up with something earlier.
Yeah.
You have 2 clocks full now.
Was it leadership?
Your
Yeah, leader inspire.
your words kind of hold merit now. You may make your leader inspire check with an accuracy.
Hey, yeah.
Oh.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. She will try to persuade the course of action.
Holy fuck.
That's
Nice.
amazing.
Nice.
As your words
0.5.
as your words echo across the meeting room, you see Yoter rubs his chin as he thinks, and Primaz puffs on his pipe, and you see they're considering your points. Defending Evergreen and stopping the machine forces where they are is better than a defensive line, and they know it. But Michael Fields needs just a little bit more. Yoter is an accomplished commander, and he sees the merit in your arguments, but he's not convinced entirely. He needs just that one last little push.
Okay.
Who's next?
I think Yaku needs to go, right?
Do I? I can, yeah.
Do you have an idea?
I do. I don't know if I'm the right man for the job, but getting a satellite imagery that we got from the weather satellite may be a great map and like a up-to-date info of where the troops or where the robots are.
That would be a good idea.
I don't know how I would go about that. If hacker fix or
That would
going
be-
up to the surface.
That would be get a hold of something.
Okay. How do I do that?
It's a trigger. Get a hold of something.
Oh,
So
I
if
don't
you
have that,
it,
so
it'd be
it's
a 20.
It would be a flat roll.
We got concessions to work with, so don't feel bad.
okay. I will try to do that. Oh
Hey,
shit, that was
success.
with an accuracy.
Roll it again without the accuracy.
It's with grit, so if it's like a 10.
I mean, that's
Are we
fine.
supposed to have grid at this point?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, do you roll grit with talent?
I
think
didn't
so.
know. I didn't know.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
no.
Hold on,
Yeah.
let me look at this. Let me look at this. I'm gonna spell grit.
So I have not been adding grid to my rolls.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
I do not see anywhere to add grit. I think it's only your trigger.
Yeah, I don't, because the triggers are
It's
set
all on the trigger.
ranges.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we discount
So
the
it should just
accuracy,
be,
that would be an 8, unfortunately, or a 9. Unfortunately, your idea of a spy satellite not quite enough. He likes the idea, but Piotr has also heard that you are unable to contact your leader, Patience. Netting you a loss of 2 concessions.
Damn.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right. All right, Nix. I want you to do
Like-
something for me.
Okay, what you got?
As the deliberations have been winding down, they are starting to come to a close. You begin receiving a strange signal from Evergreen.
Oh,
I want you to roll me a hacker fix to amplify it, to help Hive Home be able to pick up these signals.
okay.
Success.
I like it.
You successfully went over Michael Fields. You're able to pick up the image. You're able to pick up the very garbled message. On your holo screen, you see a still image, a slowly rotating landmark logo. The still fades, and through the static, you are barely able to perceive plain podium. You're not sure where, but after a moment, you see an almost familiar figure. You believe it may be Adina G emerge from the end of the hall. She appears to talk to someone from out of frame for a moment, and then gestures to a folder she carries and nods. You're not entirely sure, but her movements seem sluggish, tired. She looks put together, but only just, you know? And you hear a garbled message. Good morning, of Evergreen. I know many wondering why patients called public address, and we will get to that. But first, assure you not in danger. First, no. Increased security. Foot patrols, subalterns. Increased print orders for armored vehicles. Curfew, militia. Priority emergency request to the system authority. And Union has responded by directing a crisis management team here. You may have encountered them already. The message goes to pure static, and you work and you fight against it, and you're able to eventually retrieve the signal. And with that, I want to introduce you to our crisis manager. You're able to see her hand shaking. Beggar 1, an officer of Overland Kingwatcher, and the primary liaison of the Union mission to this world. The transmission cuts out. You're not able to retrieve it.
Son of a bitch.
Wait, who's Beggar again?
Bad guy.
A few moments later, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, it hits you like a blast of furnace heat. The ground beneath you buckles and tears itself apart. All you can do is hang on as the whole world falls apart. You watch as a massive stalactite shears away from the cave ceiling. It falls, kilometers long and across, untold megatons of of stone, into the churning water of Hive Home's undersea. Sun lamps pop and rain glittering razors down across the city. Emergency lights flicker on, weak red and amber. It is light enough to see just how dark it is. And then the wave hits. A wall of boiling black water scouring through the lower levels of Hive Home's main island. Many of the smaller satellites are completely overwhelmed. All buildings washed away aside from those built into the rock itself. The world underground is spasming, groaning, screaming. It's dying. It's impossible to hear your own voice. The sound of stone trauma is overwhelming. The shaking and the flood last forever. And then it ends. Reports echo through the titanic cavity, smaller sections of wall shearing, fracturing, falling to the boiling undersea. Smaller tsunamis run through Hive Home's lower quarters, inundating them. Hundreds of thousands are already dead. Sirens start to wail, filling the darkness with another sound like screaming. Somehow, you're alive. There's red safe lights nearby, burning on battery power, weak, but in the utter dark of Hive Home's cavity, you're grateful for any light. An aftershock hits. nearly as bad as the first, and you hang on. It passes after a second eternity. The sirens continue to warble, and suddenly the stink of fire, a sense of loss felt now and then, the sudden intrusion of another being into your own subjectivity. It is happening again. And then it's gone, and you're alone. A kind of alone you never knew you were before this very same intrusion. In the darkness, some small lights, sirens warble, a radio nearby squelches to life. Ranger units and civilians call for help, listing the districts and locations in which they are trapped. You hear calls for help across the street, people trapped inside the building there. You change channels, looking for a clear one on which you can call your allies, but each time you change channels you hear a different voice, a different person calling for help. A fire burns through the market district. A whole block on the west side of the hive took a direct hit from a falling slice of the cavern's roof. A gondola station was dragged into the sea. Help is needed everywhere. But after only a short time scanning, all channels are overwhelmed by a single signal. A curious, tonal silence that you quickly realize is not coming from the radio or the OmniNet, but issuing out from the central city in waves. The pulses are some kind of obliterative silence, a destabilizing wave that trembles your vision and makes you dizzy. The blood rush sound of your ears is overwhelming. This is some form of witness. Something has happened to Endeavor. Eventually, you're able to establish contact with Alir and Dethal. And you receive just horrifying reports. Most of Hivehome's lower terraces, the ones close to the waterline, are flooded. Fires are raging through the upper city, burning organic material. A number of the midwall stations have sheared from the cavern wall and fallen. On the last remaining gondola line, your mechs have been brought into the city itself. As you get closer to the city center, trying to meet up with Dethal and Alir, a new threat emerges. The ground, cracked open by the quake, is releasing machines in tens and then in scores. The forces of the machine start pouring into the cavity, dropping off cavern walls, tearing out of cracks and fissures as they burrow down from the surface. You mount up. It's time to defend Highfoam.
Well done.
That was fucking amazing. It was just the sense of dread that all of that brought was really a smack in the face.
Have we gotten repairs since the last fight?
You have not.
How about heat? Is that still the same?
It's still the same.
Okay. And how about mounts? Am I able to equip that thing that I was gifted?
I would say
Sword?
you are able to equip it in one of your main mounts and unequip another weapon.
Okay. I will remove the plasma talons. Add the molt.
Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. Since we keep getting confused in combat. We're going to be in charge. You guys are going to be in charge of incrementing your own counter. And instead of having just like a turn order that changes, when it's your turn, you'll increase whatever your turn is by 1. So if Taurus goes first, Taurus will put a 1 in instead of a 0 in the turn order. And then on Taurus's next turn, they'll put in a 2.
Okay.
Okay, that sounds good. fuck, dude.
There is that. Mission run out. A quick second.
We're back.
Alright, who wants to go first?
Not it.
Well, I'll go.
Yeah, why don't you pluck one of those things off?
Alright, Bullet.
I'll shoot the big boy.
No, get the small boys.
Oh, you want small? Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you have a one-shot capability. So,
Yeah.
taking out small things that you can get with a single shot, like that, action economy.
Bullet, increment your turn by 1.
Like so?
Yes, exactly like so.
I think my range is 20. Let me verify. Yep.
It is.
My range is 20, so that means I can hit that, and that. Let this guy. What is he holding?
He appears to be holding a glowing chain axe.
Ooh.
So who all has range capabilities? I want to take them out first.
That would be the only ones you see with real range capabilities are the big guy appears to be holding some sort of a long range. It appears to be some sort of beam weapon, and the smaller ones in the back. You see their carapaces are abuzz with activity, shall we say?
What's the big thing doing right now?
It is carrying a shield and some sort of beam weapon.
Oh, okay.
I will steady my shot as a protocol. And then I'll also core siphon. Oh, did that print out? Yeah.
Yep.
To give myself 2 accuracy total. And I'm going to shoot at the closest chain axe wielder. Which is this guy.
Alright. Roll to hit.
Being attacked for 2 accuracy. Ta-da. A 16 to
A
hit
16 does hit.
for
Nice.
16 damage.
As you clamp yourself to the ground to adjust for Sting's recoil, you aim, and eventually this machine's solidly in your targeting reticle and just Your bolt streaks through the darkness like a bolt of lightning. As it impacts the smaller machine, you tear a hole directly through it, bisecting it. The pieces spark before exploding.
Oh, like a fucking firework.
Alright, is that your turn, Bullet?
In my cockpit, like all of the things are like beep 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 because it's like impact detected. Because every time I fire it, it's like the recoil is like I've been smacked. Or at least my sensors.
The recoil is too much for your sensors to take.
They're freaking the fuck out. So it's like they're beep beep beep, and I'm like flipping switches, like toggling them, and I'm like, Nyx, got any more magic?
We're gonna find out.
Or something like, Nyx, we could really use your tech wizardry right now.
Mr. Wizard, get me the hell out of here.
Alright, before Nyx has a chance to go, one of these boys goes. You see it begins moving, and it moves very fast. That's its movement. It's gonna boost. And then using its other quick action, it's going to use its avalanche charge. It moves up to its speed in a straight line.
Oh.
And then it attacks a random adjacent character.
Well, shit.
Not a straight
Fine,
line.
straight
That's
line.
a straight line.
Okay. What's your threat?
One.
One?
Just
Nice.
one.
That's okay.
Well, it has to enter engaged, not threat. Stopped.
Yeah, but if he could hit it
Oh,
with his
Overwatch
weapon.
it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I was trying to
Overwatch
see.
is only when you start your movement, though.
Oh, start within a threat? Okay.
Yeah. It is going to try and attack you with its chain axe.
They're fast.
They're very fast.
That's like a berserker dash, isn't it? Or whatever. What is it called?
Well, it's a good thing you took one out while it was still at range.
Yeah, that is very good. Force thoughts there, Captain.
Captain Fox.
That's a crit.
Foxy.
Alright.
Fuck.
They don't crit, right?
Bullet. You see
But they don't crit, right?
You destroyed one of its allies, and this mech blasts at you using all of the movement technology built into it. You see it uses jump jets to leap buildings and to carry its momentum forward. And then at a point, it stops for a second, and you see the kind of amber glow on its chassis start glowing bright red, and it charges wildly at you. As it reaches
I try to dodge, but
it
my
carries-
feet are
it
planted
carries
into the
all of the momentum. It stops on a dime, and it carries the momentum into its chain axe, hitting you directly on sting. You take 7 kinetic damage.
Okay.
You are shredded until the end of this one's next turn.
Wait, whoops. That's...
Shredded. Tell me your secrets.
Chain axe.
Gotta give me one of those.
Until
You
the
need to
end
spec
of
the
what
Blackbeard
turn?
then.
Chain dagger.
Until the end of
Still one
its
of these.
turn, or my
Until the
turn?
end of its next turn.
Its next turn?
Oh, I'm sorry, no. Target becomes shredded until the end of their next turn. It's until the end of your next turn. My bad.
Okay.
Alright.
I understood it.
I believe Bullet, you said for Rogue to
No.
go next.
Yeah.
Donnie, if you would
Gonna
increase
think
your
that-
turn by 1.
I did that because I was... I thought Red Leader would have a harder time with target acquisition.
Yeah, I was also feeling that. Unfortunately, we were wrong.
Unfortunately, yes. I think there's some special bullshit. I have.
Lala fell off the pool. What is your wisdom?
Turrets is cool, yo.
Boom, boom, boom.
Going to launch a proxy over here. So it's got a good. So it's got a better line of sight of anything that we could pick up a shot on. And what is next? What about generic next? What about reach there? Fuck it. I'm gonna start testing some shit. And I'm gonna shoot this one. And just ram the cackle.
Alright. Open fire.
I will be firing with my smart rifle. So E-defense.
Oh, you got a smart one. Fuck yeah.
It fucking does it. Holy shit. They're E-def.
Fuck yeah.
Their
You-
E-def is higher.
You have Rogue targeted, and you fire your hive rifle into the air. The bullets fly out like 2 meters before stopping and pointing directly at it, and just rain bullets upon it,
Good luck.
destroying it, shredding it to pieces.
Awesome. Okay. These things are weak. Turret was a good choice.
I mean, you max damage though.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit here for now.
Alright. Next is gonna be one of these boys. It is going to.
Oh shit! Here come that boy.
It is going to
Hold up.
move up to its speed. And it's going to boost to move up to its speed again.
Speed boost.
And then it's going to use its. It's going to use its Razor Swarms ability to deploy. To deploy Razor Swarm. I don't have a token for these, so we're just going to use it.
Oh no.
It deploys it on top of your drum.
Oh, that's not good.
That's rude.
Big rude.
What the fuck? What? What's wrong with you?
Alright. I believe Taurus is next.
Property.
Okay.
Taurus, if you would increase yours turn by 1. This is a much better way of doing this, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Also, oh god, I'm afraid.
You have
Can
range
you get those
options?
things off my turret?
I could try.
If you can hit them, my turret can shoot.
I'll move up to here with my movement,
Alright.
and I will fire my assault rifle at the swarm. Try to get it off the turret.
Alright, roll to attack.
I believe in you. Reliable 2.
Good thing you have reliable 2. 1, because that missed, and 2, because reliable 2 does more damage than your base attack did.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alright. As you blast it, the swarm seems to kind of disperse somewhat, but still it hovers over Nyx's drone.
Nah, fucking my nanobots are dead.
Let me think.
Are you gonna use your reaction to attack with your drone, by the way, Dom?
Did it connect?
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah. If it's just the reliable, it doesn't. It's gotta actually hit proper.
I forgot. I forgot.
Yes, okay. Turret gonna do turret things.
I will boost and move an additional 5. And then my turn will end.
Alright. Up. Right. Should be good. Alright, with your turn into Taurus, it's time.
I'm afraid of where you stop me.
Why?
Because how the turn order goes. It's now time for like half the enemies to move.
That's fine.
Be brave.
I am.
Be strong.
Not Yaku.
Oh shit, that's right.
Alright. The
Thank you.
Berserker.
We're all thankful for you, not the
The Berserker Taurus, you see, just like the one that charged that bullet, the Berserker uses all of the movement capabilities it has. And then its Amber Lights also throw a vicious red. And it charges at you to make an attack.
Well, shit!
Alright. That is 7 kinetic damage, and you are shredded until the end of your next turn.
Okay. Does my armor reduce the damage?
I would say yes, but it won't reduce damage from further attacks because you're shredded.
Okay. And how long does shredded last?
This lasts until the end of your next turn. Your next turn specifically. Next is going to be this Berserker.
You said 7 damage total?
Yes.
Got any more of that armor?
Well, it's shredded at the moment.
Once again, another Berserker charges forward, and then its armor goes from an amber to a vicious red, and it charges at you and attacks.
Alright, look here. Stop rolling so high.
Can't help it. That is 7 kinetic damage. That is not reduced because you were shredded.
Alright, I gotta do a repair thingy.
Yep. Roll your paint first.
Mm.
Nope.
As the two berserkers charge forward at you, they strike almost simultaneously, splitting your attention. You deal with one bearing down, but two is a bit too much, and Taurus is just a little bit too heavy. And you take both strikes. Your systems wail and warn you that you have taken structure damage. Roll me a structure check.
Does that have its own button somewhere?
I don't think
Just
so.
a D6.
Yeah, it's just a D6.
It's got the counter, but I don't think it's good.
No, that's good at least.
A 6. A
High
glancing
is
blow.
good.
High is very
High
good.
is good.
A glancing blow. Emergency systems have kicked in, and you've stabilized your mech. You are impaired until the end of your next turn, however.
Does damage bleed over?
It does.
It does?
Yes.
Oh, of course it does. Yeah. What am I thinking?
And impaired means you receive a
Plus-
difficulty on all attacks, saves, and skill checks.
Alrighty.
Oh, did he get well, I was gonna say, does he get a negative because of adjacent or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
these
you're
attacks
right.
should have had-
Oh, yeah.
mattered.
But
It
definitely
would stop you
something
from.
to
It might stop
remember.
you from getting shredded though,
Wait, why would it? Why would they not get shredded?
because if one of them knocks it down from a crit, it won't be shredded from a crit.
Yeah.
So here's the first one.
Wait. Crit is what shreds it?
It's the first one's still a crit.
No.
I thought that
Crit
was
is-
what shredded on grab.
Okay.
Okay.
And the second one would be a 15. 15 hit you?
Which still hits, yeah.
Yeah, the chain axes shred on a crit.
Oh.
Okay, I thought it was on hit. This is good to
Oh.
know.
Fuck these things.
Now, second, the Hy-Vee boys. He's going to boost, and it's going to deploy a Razor Swarm as well.
Do these cracks mean anything for us?
It means that's where the machines came from.
But like we can't stand on.
You can stand on them.
Okay.
Just don't fall.
Just don't fall for it. We've all seen Wile E. Coyote.
One Razor.
He didn't fall until he decided to.
Alright, it is going to also deploy a Razor Swarm. It is going to deploy it right here. A blast one area around it, which I will denote with purple. Should be able to see it.
Ooh, fancy.
Hmm.
Fancy.
That blast one area, if you start your turn in it, and it's the same for the other one as well. If you start your turn in it, you take 2 burn.
Oh.
Additionally,
Okay.
Characters that are friendly to the hive that start their turn in it, or that are in it, have soft cover.
Hmm. Are these deployables?
These are deployables.
Awesome.
Alright. Taurus, I believe.
Look at it this way. The best person to be in this situation is me.
Also,
Oh, that's right, because you're good against burn.
I'm
Yes.
immune to burn.
You're immune?
Dude, fuck yeah.
That's fucking
additionally, don't forget that you also have a pretty bitchin' force system too.
Doesn't it like attack everything that's touching you?
Anything nearby.
Something like that, yeah. When I am in the danger zone, at least.
Alright, and last but not least is the big guy. Big guy is going to approach
Yo! You're approaching?
And it's going to attempt to hit you with its Graviton Lance. Taurus.
Okay.
Do you still have swamp? Whatever. Soft cover?
I am engaged with a target.
Is it a target in general you get soft cover?
It says I
Or
need to
target?
be engaged.
Alright, then your soft cover will cancel out this thing's accuracy. So it's just 1d20 plus 1. Does a
Ooh,
7
actually
miss
missed.
Nice.
you? You see it
I'm so
approaches and it slams down its shield and it lays its weapon on top of it and aims. See, the weapon charges and fires out a beam of glowing blue energy that you are able to quickly duck under. You see the razor swarm above you kind of twists and tears apart as the beam clears up a bit of the cloud. That's its turn. Alright, you guys, Taurus, you went last, so decide who goes next.
Quick question though. A scene, is that a combat or is
Yes,
that
a scene is a
mission?
combat.
Okay.
A mission is a mission, a scene is a combat.
Okay. I guess we'll have Gyaku reload. Just get that out of the way.
I increment my counter. Doot. Oops. Doot. There we go.
Alright.
I move 7. I stabilize as a full action. And I use one of my repair kits, or repair things, to heal all of my HP.
Nice.
I'm trying to find where my... There we go. Is that...
Wait,
Nope, I did not.
you doing a wait? What? We can do that?
So stabilize allows you choose one of the following: you cool your mech, or you mark one repair to restore all HP. And
Oh
then
my-
it says
what?
additionally you reload, you reload all your loading, clear all burn that are currently affecting your mech, clear a condition, or clear a condition on an adjacent ally.
Oh my god, that's so cool. I thought that was
You thought that was one less?
huh? No. I thought that repairing your stuff was out of combat only. Like I thought that being able to do it in combat was like the mech specific things.
Doesn't look like it. I'm looking at page
Cool.
71.
Yeah, no, I just
On
looked
mech
up
combat.
the thing in the action economy. I just didn't realize that. That's cool shit.
I use stabilize a lot, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to get hit by another chain and lose. So, but I want to take one heat and overcharge
Alright.
to. I'm sorry, I'm gonna keep moving this. But that's just to see my fucking numbers.
Yep.
To make a quick action with my rifle. I forgot my protocol. That's on me. Don't worry about it. And I want to shoot. You said you're immune to burn, so you don't want me to shoot the thing.
Yeah, that doesn't affect me. The more
Okay.
the pressing targets would be the chainsaw people.
All right, I'll
Shredding
try to
the
shoot
armor.
the chainsaw, which I believe I have a difficulty. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Prototype rifle, I haven't made a macro, so just imagine it has a +1. Oh, but I can't... Oh, I forgot the protocol. Wait, what?
What?
How do you have a
What the
difficulty?
fuck?
Roll that
Say
again
it.
roll that again without the difficulty.
My apologies.
That was weird.
14 to hit.
That kills it.
7 damage. Yay! And I mark off my limited resource. Okay.
All right.
So I, and as I'm skittering left and right into the alleyways, and I kind of like slide in, and my little like tiny machine guns near the mouth of my mech go, and it kind of does that like arc thing that you see like tracer rounds arc over and then like hit into them.
You're like a little Tachikoma.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, Bullet, you see the crack in front of you begin to shift and shake. And you see bursting from the ground
Oh no!
reinforcements. It approaches you. And it is going
Is there
to...
a tonnery?
There what?
Oh no. Is there a ton of reinforcements?
You only see one at the moment.
Okay. This isn't good.
It is going to attack you with its chain axe.
Unfortunately.
And crit.
I'm
Joking. Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? I saw that 20 and I was like, fuck!
You're gonna fuck me 2 weeks in a row?
Does
What did I do last week?
a 5 hit you?
All away. No, it does not.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
did that yourself.
As it,
So,
you
don't worry
see
about it.
Yaku, this berserker breaks free from the ground and it raises its chain axe, and as it tears itself free, it leaps at you, bringing the axe down in an arc. But you quickly swivel around your prototype gun and you fire off a volley, throwing off its angle, and the chain axe hits the ground next to you with a scrape and a screech as it chews through concrete.
I say this time I'm not nailed down to the ground.
All right, who would you like to go next?
Can
I'm
I-
think. Go ahead.
So I stop being shredded at the end of my turn.
Yeah.
So you want to go right now to get rid of that condition real fast?
Yes.
That's a good idea, and don't forget your leadership dice.
Okay.
So,
All right, Taurus,
Yeah.
increment your turn.
Oh, Captain, oh, my captain.
You got like multiple targets right on your shot, right? Your big shot.
Explain.
Like, doesn't your big sniper rifle go through multiple targets?
This was a
Yeah, the
smaller
first one takes the big hit, and then it takes, I think, 5 damage in a line afterwards.
Okay. Well then, Krista will tell you to, if you're in an appropriate position, to start whittling down the big guy. And I'll
I'm
get
like
in and-
dodging all this chain axe guy, and I go, "Yep, I can do that."
All right.
All right. I'm impaired, so I have a difficulty on everything. Correct?
Yes.
All right.
The berserker in front of you does not have soft cover from the swarms, by the way. It is just outside of both of them.
Okay.
Also, at the start of your turn, you take 2 burn damage. Haha. Oh wait.
Lol XD. Should I do my core system?
It's target-rich environment. Why not?
Yeah, it might
I
be cool.
forgot
to
what
see.
the core system does, so this will be interesting for me to learn.
Yeah. Krista will start flipping switches and pressing buttons to activate Taurus's core system. I'll go ahead and link it.
You flip that guard button and you press the red button.
Yeah, pretty much.
You begin pressing buttons, and you hear, warning, core overheating, warning, core overheating, and you press that last switch. You hear, warning, Furiosa system activating, and oh, it shouldn't be that big.
It's a burst 2.
Yeah.
It should just be...
Yeah. It's because of the way your token's set up.
Oh.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, let's see.
I
Let's
see.
do. Try this. Good enough. And we just know that these ones are affected.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty.
Unfortunate.
Let me see. What did I want to do?
While Krista's deciding Rogue and Bullet, you see Horus's red frame grow even more red. The air around it ignites, and the ground and buildings Taurus is standing on and around begin to melt. Thankfully, it appears those buildings were uninhabited, or once inhabited, before Taurus activated it.
Let's not think that. Let's not think that.
Alright. So overheat is going to max heat?
Yep. So do you
Okay.
have things that can build your heat, right?
I mean, I can overcharge. Which I may be doing. So I gave you a leadership die. You can only attack with a mount once per your turn, right?
Yes. Unless
Okay.
you well, the mount, yeah, once per turn. Sorry.
Okay.
Plasma Talons.
So they are, but they are not equipped. Instead, I will. Let me see. I will attack with this Brood Siblings Molt.
As you grab it at your side and you raise it aloft, you notice the metal and the organic material of it. This petrified talon is incredibly heat resistant.
That's good.
You bring it down in a vicious arc at the berserker in front of you. I assume you're attacking the berserker.
That is correct. I am. Let me think. So I have a difficulty. Or I don't have a difficulty. Right? Because he's not in range of the thing.
But you are impaired.
But I am impaired. Okay.
So you should be making it with one difficulty.
One difficulty. I don't think I have any advantage yet. Alright.
What about your talent thing? Did you get advantage?
If I hit with this,
Fucking
does an 11 hit?
Eleven's pretty good.
You bring. Oh, well, actually, hold on. Let me double check. Yeah, baby. You bring the blade down, and for the first time in years, the Talon of Terror's brood sibling bites into steel, and it effortlessly tears through. As your heat wreathes the blade, the metal of the berserker is melted like butter.
Awesome. Like a
The
knife.
wrath of my butter.
Yeah. Okay. I will do my second attack of my barrage.
Would you like to overcharge and boost to the
Yeah. Well, let me see. Sure. Well, I have my movement already.
True.
Oh yeah.
I didn't move yet, so I could move to here. And I will shoot my assault rifle at this one.
Alright.
Now, because I successfully landed a melee attack, I normally would get an accuracy with this, but it'll cancel out because of the impairment.
Indeed.
So this will just be a straight roll. Nice.
Ooh.
Damn.
Well, you
son.
don't even need to roll that again for the crit because you rolled max.
that
there.
is full. Yeah.
I need to move this for a second. This is health.
Oh yeah.
Which one are you hitting? The big guy?
The smaller thing here.
Let's pull out.
There we go. You swing around your assault rifle and you fire several shots into the upper carapace of this hive controller, and it's still up.
I'm gonna shoot it with my thing.
It seems
Something
to
didn't die in one hit.
be, it seems to be more resilient.
3 damage. Pew pew.
Yeah, the
Alright.
turret.
And from behind you, you hear the sound of the turret activating. You quickly sidestep as 3 white-hot rounds are fired into the hive.
It's still up with 9 damage.
It is.
Wow.
That's okay. I got defeat.
Alright, and I will overcharge, taking 1 heat.
I believe it's your first time overcharging this mission.
Well, no, not this mission, actually.
Then check your mech vitals. There should be a counter on like I've overcharged 1 time, so it's 1. If I overcharged twice, so it's an E3.
What's that 2 for?
2 is a. Sorry, what?
2 is you take 2. So,
On my bar. You see that little... What's the red bar for?
red bars are deep.
Okay. Why is it not matched up to what's going on in my sheets?
Oh, because it's not matched up.
Oh.
Do you have a sheet per mech?
Are you on Horace's
Yeah.
sheet?
Yeah, I'm on Taurus' sheet.
Well, that was your overcharge, not your heat, though.
What's the blue?
Structure.
Your
Okay.
heat should still be at 2.
Okay, yeah. I don't know why it's not. Alright. So that means I probably overcharged already, right?
Yes. So next would be a D3.
Wait, you did a thing with your last combat with the worms. You did a like a lockdown.
Oh yeah, and that gives
core
me
system. Not core system. Mech system.
the armor lock plating.
Okay, so that makes sense. Why you're
Yeah. Oh, right. I didn't actually spend that heat. I didn't do an overcharge. That's why I meant it. Okay, so this would just be a 1. This would be the first time I heat in the or overcharge in this combat.
Okay.
For this mission.
Ah.
The 2 came from the armor locking plating. Alright, so then with my quick attack, skirmish, whatever, I'll do the plasma. And it will be the same deal. Does he have an extra difficulty or something?
What do you mean?
So I get an accuracy that gets negated by my impairment. Is there anything else with the big guy? Okay, so this will just be a straight go.
With grit.
Come on.
You, capitalizing on your assault rifle attack, you equip your maul and you bring it down in an arc, but the hive, sensing this coming, scuttles backwards. Your hammer hits into the ground and you hear tunk as it reloads itself.
It was minimum damage. I'm glad I missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's overkill, so that's 3 heat you just avoided.
No, I think I give heat to that.
Your overkill? No, you take heat and re-roll your ones.
Oh.
He wants that though. He wants heat.
You want heat?
Yeah, dude.
Well, if I overheat, I deal damage to everybody around me.
Well, that would be very beneficial.
No. When re-rolling damage, any damage that land on a 1 cause the attacker. Oh, I'm the attacker. Oh, okay, yeah. I was
Like,
reading attacked.
I'm pretty sure.
Alright, is that your turn, Homo?
Yes.
Rogue. Your sensors pick up something.
Yay!
It's enemies.
Yay!
Oh no!
They're attacking you.
Oh my god!
That's bad.
Alright. As this berserker tears its way to the surface, it holds aloft its chain axe, and it's gonna try and strike you with it.
Do it! Ouch!
15? That is 7 kinetic damage.
I'm gonna brace
You brace that? It is then going to use its avalanche charge ability to move up to. Oh, it's equal to their speed.
No! Oh, I know! Why? I'm just
Thank you, Tank.
chilling. I'm just vibing.
Well, I wasn't gonna
What the
attack you, but now that you've said something,
You? What the fuck you mean you were gonna? Who else were you gonna hit?
Rogue,
How?
by moving and attacking him.
Squeaky wheel gets the attack.
Alright. I get to roll a D2 now. Or a D4.
Yeah, but he can't attack with the same mount or something, right?
He's attacking with an ability. It's not a skirmish thing. Let's see, D2. Or D4. On evens, he attacks you. On odds, he attacks his ally. Odds, he attacks his ally.
Oh, that's good. That's
You want to keep bitching?
I
You
forget.
know,
What was I
Kyaku.
bitching about? I don't remember.
Overly bitchy Kyaku.
The berserker charges at you, Bullet, and it swings its axe down wildly, just narrowly missing its ally.
Oh.
Alright. Who do you want to, I believe Rogue is the only one?
Yeah.
Alright, Nix, you're up.
I'm going to use some battlefield control. Yaku
Was that last part?
He's an evasion tank.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna start with my.
Never forgive me for taking Never.
Is the action.
No. I'm the speedy one, he says. How dare you?
I'm the one who dodges stuff, not the person in the back line.
Alright, I'm gonna start by doing Shepherd Drone to move my turret 4 spaces. That's a free action.
Ooh.
Then I'm going to pull out.
Oh wait, your
Figure-
your drone acts
Yeah,
on your
it's gonna
turn, right?
Yeah, it's gonna take heat.
No. Not heat.
Hmm?
Razor Swarm is
Or
burn.
burn, whatever the. Yeah.
It's 2 burn.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, you need to make a save, an engineering check on it, or else it takes that burn again.
Okay.
I love burn. Burns are fucking dots, and it's so good.
Before that,
Then
Yeah, I'm
never
thinking
fall
about picking
off.
up the Genghis license. Just so I can have a
Flamethrower?
flamethrower on doors. Yeah.
Yeah, you like that Baron, don't you, Homo?
Well, I ignore resistances to it, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the Taurus works well with the flamethrower and fire weapons.
okay, I'm gonna
Sounds
work
awesome.
with my Puppet Master some, and I'm going to start with Guide the Flock, quick action. I don't think I have it written down, so here it is. And I'm
Number
going to start moving my drone over here.
Uh-huh.
Then I want to take this robot, move it over here,
There.
and then I want this one over here.
Over here. Alright.
And then I'm going to use the other half of my Puppet Master and shock these guys off of my turret.
Alright.
2.
Shock 'em.
Nice.
Good stuff.
So they both take 2 energy. Now I need to figure out what the fuck my is that just like my base engineering for my turrets?
Yep.
They should have a stats.
Let's see.
They don't have
Drone.
engineering though. They've got like evasion and heat defense, but
Then it's just a flat roll.
okay.
Fuck!
Woo!
It takes damage.
Unfortunate.
Nah, it's okay. I'm gonna get my use out of it before it dies. Okay. I think that's it for now.
Alright.
Oh, let me bump up my.
Yes, please do so.
There we go. Okay. That should be good for now.
Next is this hive. You're gonna get to overwatch it. Homo.
Okay.
It begins moving.
Alright, and I can overwatch with like a melee, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that has threat. Alright. I will use the Brood Siblings Bolt.
Also, even if a weapon doesn't have threat listed, or if a weapon does not have threat listed, it's assumed to have a threat of 1.
Oh.
Oh,
So
really?
You can overwatch even if you're fully ranged.
Oh.
That's cool. Okay, cool.
Good to know.
I looked into
Alright,
that.
let me think.
And that's if it starts moving its turn next to you?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Do. Do I do anything interesting? No.
I'll also need to roll a d6 to see if it recharges its Razor Slam. It does not.
Fortunate for him. Good for us. All right. 15
That's a
for
hit.
6 damage.
It's 5. It's not shredded or stunned.
No, that's +1. Just
Oh,
naturally.
you're right. You're right.
It's a d6 +1.
Right.
If it
You-
doesn't die, it gets peppered.
You slam the talon down, shearing off one of its legs, and once more it again gets peppered by the drone, and it seems to just be holding on by its last legs.
God, these things are beefy.
They are.
Yeah. Fuck its face.
Fuck its face.
It's going to. It was supposed to do this at the beginning of this turn, but it's fine. It's gonna move all swarms 2 hexes.
Yeah, I was worried about that. I'm glad I yanked him off how I did.
It's going to attempt to do a quick attack against Rogue.
Okay.
So, quick attack is what? Attack is D20 plus systems, right? D20
Wait,
plus
what?
Yes. If it doesn't have any other bonuses, it's plus systems.
It does not have any other bonuses. The 13 exceeds your EDF.
Motherfucker, just barely. Goddamn it.
Alright. You choose one. You become immobilized and impaired until the end of your next turn, or you immediately move in up to 5 spaces to us about a hive.
This fucking. So let me see. Let me look at the stat.
I mean, if you have range options, the 5 spaces may not be terrible.
No, but it's gonna fucking yeet me into the swarm, which I don't want. Mobilize. Voluntary movement. Impaired is a
Yeah.
+1. Okay. Okay, so I just can't move around and it's hard to move. I will take that over the move.
Alright. You're impaired and immobilized.
Okie dokie.
It's also going to use its Hunter Killer Nexus.
This fucking.
22.
Wah!
This fucking cunt.
You take 3 burn damage.
Piece of shit.
What's doing all this?
The things that Homewood's been trying to
stupid
kill.
thing.
Oh.
The stupid deployable hive.
I love hives. What's that for, Donnie?
For my structure.
Oh, did you exceed?
Mhm.
Oh. Well, don't forget to mark it on your token.
Yeah, I'm about to. I'm seeing what happened first. Oh look, I'm impaired again.
Double impaired.
Perfect.
Alright, up next is the second hive. At the start of its turn, it's gonna move all Razor Swarms up to 2 spaces. Also gonna see if it gets its Razor Swarm back. It doesn't.
Oh, they can both do it. Oh. Fun, fun, fun.
Alright. And it's gonna do... you're gonna get 2 Overwatch against this one as well, Homo.
Alrighty.
That's the one that's super hurt, right?
No, the one that I hit before is the one that's super hurt.
That's been taking like 12 damage, and he's still up. Damn,
More than 12, yeah.
more than 12.
Alright, since melee attack previously, I'll use my assault rifle so that I have an accuracy.
Alright.
That's a crit.
Whoa.
Nice.
Roll your
Nice.
d6 again.
Roll.
I think it already rolled. Did it already roll twice? Oh no, that was the accuracy. Yeah, roll your d6 again.
Hey, a 4.
4.
Nice.
That's better than 3. You fire off a volley, and it riddles the drone holder of the hive with bullets, but still, it moves.
Yeah, that one has like not been touched.
Not been touched at
I
all.
zapped it. I zapped it.
True. Yeah, it did get 2 damage from the turret if you don't have that included.
All right. It's going to use a quick tech to grind Maniple. Kyaku.
What does that do?
It releases a swarm of tiny, hard-to-hit drones that make a tech attack against a hostile character within sensors in line of sight. On hit, the drones clamp on, causing them to take 2 burn damage each time they take any action or reaction until the end of their next turn.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
What is damage?
And you're really not
That's
going
It
to
just happens, or is there a roll?
It just happens
I
until the
roll
end of
it?
your next turn. So it's got to exceed your E defense.
Oh, it was a fucking
Man,
three.
that
Yeah,
was so
they
close.
did.
All right.
So I can't like clear it with anything.
Nope.
These guys gotta stop rolling 20s.
It is then going to attack Rogue with its Hunter Killer Nexus.
Alright, you bitch, let's go.
Does a 5 exceed your E defense?
Nope.
All right.
You guys ever feel like we're missing a 4th member of Fox Squad?
Look,
And we don't
give me,
talk about
like,
our missing fourth squad.
Give me another printer, a little bit longer. I'll have my own mech. I can leave rogue to rogue. It'll be fine.
Speaking of Rogue, he alerts you as you're watching Burn slowly destroy your hull. He alerts you to movement in front of you.
Oh, no, come on!
I think I've ran out of spaces to get hit. Out of flanks.
No,
Tell
there's
you
always
got a spot right there. A spot right there. You can get that one there.
Nope.
One there.
Nope. You is wrong.
no, I was not.
Homo, why'd you do that?
All
Why'd you do
right.
that, Homo?
The Berserker
It
charges.
wasn't me.
He gets to roll a d4. On evens, he attacks you. On odds, he attacks the swarm.
On evens, he attacks me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like,
Why do you hate me, Homo?
if there's a chance that he can attack the swarm, would he be considered an ally to the swarm?
Yes.
Oh, well.
A 5 misses you.
That's a miss.
All right, then he's gonna use his second quick action to skirmish.
Wait, what?
Does a 7 hit you?
7 misses. A 7 misses.
You're the perfect man for the job.
He swipes for Sting, and you quickly raise Sting's elevation, and you hear between you and the barrel, and then it two hands and it brings it around in an arc, and you quickly dodge out of the way.
Motherfucking Mayday! Mayday! My cat got scared when I screamed that and jumped out of my lap. Go, Mayday! Overly coward Kyaku!
You know what would be really funny?
Go on.
If something else popped out of the ground.
Oh no, it's gonna do it. It moves at speed.
Hey.
Now it rolls a d4. It rolls a d4, and if it rolls a 4, it attacks you, Isaiah. 1 to 3, it attacks now.
Oh, because it's got all its friends. Yeah.
That's a 3, so it's gonna attack this Berserker.
This is actually good. The more you collect, the harder it is for them to hit
Motherfucking Ash Ketchum in this bitch.
You watch as it charges forward. Yaku. Its armor goes from amber to red, and it swings wildly, and it just bisects its ally next to you.
This is not the ally that I was calling Mayday for, but I'll take it.
This is good shit.
Alright, last but not least is the big guy.
Take my lumps.
Womp womp.
I'm trying to attack you with his graviton lance.
Alrighty.
That sounds fun.
Thank you.
Do you have anything that gives him difficulty?
Yes, I'm engaged.
Yes. Oh, it's just gonna be a flat 1d20 plus 1.
I have a
Does
fiance, thank you.
does a 7 hit you?
A 7 does not.
Yeah.
You
Oh
see,
wait, hold up. Yeah, go ahead. It doesn't matter.
You see it tries to aim, but it's not able to get a good shot, and the beam goes wide and carves a glowing path between the two hives. Alright, who went last amongst you guys?
I did?
Who do you want to go next?
Who wants to?
Me.
Okay.
Alright, Taurus, you can make your turn.
Alrighty. Since my last attack was a range, I will swing my plasma ball with an accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not impaired?
And I'm not impaired, and I'm not shredded. 15. Ooh.
That's a lot. Dang.
Fucking shit. Alright, so I'm gonna have Donnie's turret shoot it first.
Yeah. Okay.
Blap blap. And then, as the barricade reels from being shot so many times by the turret, Taurus, you use this opportunity. You equip the maul in both hands and you just bring it down in an arc. The sound of rushing air alerts the barricade to an impending strike. It turns, its camera looks, and it just gets smashed as you use your maul to tear halfway down its chassis.
Hell yeah.
It's just
Oh,
like
shit.
melted metal from the heat of the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Good
Lick-
shit. Oh my
liquid
god.
bit.
Nice.
Nice fucking work.
You pull it back and you hear chunk as it releases a set of shells that are now expended. It needs to be reloaded.
Okay.
That's such a
I
cool-
will move to here. I will overcharge. So it'll be a D3.
Uh,
2, so I'll take 2 heat, which
you
means I
are
am
now in the danger zone.
now in the danger zone.
And your
So-
Furiosa, you begin to see
Yeah.
the hives around you kind of start malfunctioning. They're unable to take reactions now.
Yeah, they can't take reactions. And I have soft cover. And when they are within the affected area, Furiosa, take 1d6 armor piercing energy damage. And must succeed
that's-
in a hold save.
That's if you overheat.
Oh, that's overheat. I'm sorry. I was thinking.
Oh,
Yeah. Eventually.
Eventually.
Eventually, I'll be there.
You'll overheat eventually.
It's coming. I overcharged. I will use a full action because I only used a quick action before, right?
Right?
To repair,
Repair.
reloading my thingy.
You stabilize.
Stabilize.
You can repair and you
Stabilize, that's what
reload your hammer.
Yeah. Stabilize, reload, patch up, and cool down a mech. Or end conditions affecting it. Do you have to cool down?
No, you don't have
does
to.
it say you may or some bullshit like that?
It just says reload, patch up, and cool down a mech. Or end conditions affecting it. So I just want to reload. What does patch up do?
I think
Patch
patch
up
up is healing yourself with the repair, right?
Yes.
When you stabilize, choose one of the following: cool your mech, clearing all heat and exposed. Mark 1 repair to restore all of HP. And additionally, you choose one of the following: reload all weapons, clear all burn, clear a condition that wasn't caused by you or your system, or clear an adjacent ally's condition that wasn't caused by one of their own systems.
Okay, well then I guess I'll use a repair.
All right.
Like
you
I'll
have
repair and
damage?
reload.
Oh, you can
Yes.
also reload while you're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, you do repair and then you reload. You can,
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
But how do I repair again?
You use 1 repair kit and you heal all of your health, but not structure.
Right. So I'm at 0 out of 4 repairs. That means I put 1 in.
Yeah, you use
out of
1 of
4?
your repairs.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you haven't. You guys haven't had to repair.
Right. And then now 9. Back to 9. Okay. And now, yes.
Can I request going next to save Yaku somehow?
Yes, but I'm just making sure I'm done. I am done.
All right.
Oh, I go now?
No, I
Hmm?
think Donnie has
No,
a plan to help
wanna
you
go
out.
next.
Oh, I heard my name and I was reading. I was like, oh shit, okay.
No. We're trying to save you from your situation.
I can't
Oh,
make it that much better, but I can save you a worse fate.
Before Nyx goes, one of the hives is
right.
going to go.
I guess they have turns.
What? Why? Save her.
All right. It's going
Turn
to
off
at the start of its turn. It's going to move the razor swarms. Yep. When you start your turn, Yaku, you're going to take 2 burn.
I'm gonna do what now? I'm gonna take 2 burns because it entered my thing?
Because you're starting your turn within the area.
When you start your turn, yeah.
Oh, when I start my turn.
Yep. It's going to see if it gets its razor swarm back. It does. As a quick action, it's going to deploy another razor swarm.
Ah!
And then it's going to use its Hunter Killer Nexus to, we'll go with Attack Rogue. This is going to be 1d20 plus 2.
So, of course, it'll be a 20. Well, close
19.
enough.
Shut the fuck up! Homebrew!
It's not
Donnie, how
me,
much
it's roll.
burn did you have before?
2?
Add 3 to it. You now have 5 burn.
Ouch.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, you need to make an engineering check. If you succeed, you clear burn. If not, you take 5 damage.
Okay.
Burn
Okay,
me!
3
Alright.
now.
Yes, 3 now.
Why won't you burn me, you coward?
Alright, I believe Nyx, you're going next.
Mhm.
Nyx, you take an additional 2 burn. At the end of your turn, if you don't fix it, you're going to take 7 burn.
Okay. Move my turret. Boop, boop, boop. Then, like last time, I'm going to do my big rodeo thing. Move my turret further. I want to move this one. Walk out this way.
Alright,
Same with this one.
we're out that way.
And And I'm also gonna set off another electric pulse on my turret. Do
2 damage?
to both of these guys, ignoring Chris.
Alright, it does.
Yeah, good shit.
You zap one to death. It was on its last legs, and as your energy pulse washes through it, you just overwhelm the systems that it has left.
Okay. Okie doke. Engineer save?
Yes. Moving for you, Donnie.
Oh,
I didn't even
that's
need
my
Rogue to
boy.
help me.
That's my boy.
Damn.
You're able to.
There he is.
You're able to very quickly get up from your chair and rush back to your reactor, and you turn it off momentarily and wait for the emergency sensors to show that the burns surrounding Rogue are petering out, and then you restart your mech.
Awesome shit.
Holy shit, Donnie, that would have been so bad if you didn't make that.
No, it's okay, because I've also got a rogue helping with the check that I can do like every turn. So I wasn't overly concerned. I can just re-roll checks if I need to.
Alright. Don't forget to increment your turn, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Alright, after your turn, the remaining hive is going to go next. It's going to see if it gets its swarm. It does. It's going to move all swarms 2 spaces. It's going to drop another swarm. Right on top of you. Actually, no, it's going to drop it here.
Well, I can't save you from this one.
Oh yeah, Gyaku still has grind maniple.
Does it fall off because the dude's dead?
It was this one that put it on you, not the other one.
Damn it!
It's going to attack... It's going to keep up the assault, and it's going to attack Rogue with another Hunter-Killer Nexus. 19? Alright, that's 3 heat now, and 3 heat potentially at the end of your next turn.
You mean burn?
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, burn, not heat.
Do I take burn or heat with the thing?
Burn. Being love is your turn now. At the start of your turn, you take 2 burn damage, and you'll take another 2 if you don't successfully clear it at the end of your turn.
I know, I'm being bullied. Okay, so I got 2 burn. 2 burn. Okay, 2 burn. Okay, so that's 2 damage now, and 2 damage at the end if I don't clear it. I am going to Core Siphon Protocol. And I'm going to shoot the guy in front of me.
Guy in front of you. Alright.
Oh, sorry, this one.
That one. Alright.
He has saw cover, so my thing is 0. Neutral. I am going to...
Your sting has reliable 5.
I'm going to Neurolink, actually. And it's my mech's passive. Roll again.
Roll again.
Fucking shit. Okay, reliable 5.
Reliable 5. It kills it.
Nice.
Inflicted.
Yeah, because if I move, I'm gonna have like fucking swipes. But if I stay, it's 2 burn.
Oh no. It's 2 burn if you fail your engineering check. I think. Also, you take 2 burn for taking an action.
That's awesome.
What? Yeah. So.
Just existing within this square gives me burn. If I
Yeah.
take an action.
Starting your turn because of the swarm gives you burn, and then because of grind maniple, taking an action gives you burn.
Oh well, how the hell do I shake that off?
It ends at the end of your turn.
Oh, that's great. Okay, thank God.
So you should have taken 4 burn damage. At the end of your turn, if you fail your engineering check, you'll take another 4 burn damage.
If I move, I get swiped.
If you take the move action, you take another 2 burn damage because that's another action.
Just moving?
Yep. It's a move
Ugh.
action.
Well, that fucking puts me in a goddamn box. I won't move, and I'll just try to clear my engineering or clear my thing. Which
You succeed.
14?
Hey.
Oh, okay. No burn. No additional burn. It's got me in a motherfucking box. That's what I get for killing things all the time.
Alright.
Make myself into a fucking target.
I mean, yeah. Priority
Damn
targets are
these
priority
learning
targets.
computers.
The only thing that's left is the 2 berserkers. So they're both going to just attack you on their turn.
Then I'm gonna walk backwards and then slam into me.
No, because you can overwatch.
Ah, thought you would. Shit.
Here's the first one.
That's a hit. That's
You're
7.
You're shredded. 7 damage. Here's the second. Alright. So that's 7. That's their turns. Who would you like to go next, Gaku?
Just let me go before you.
Me.
I guess Krista.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I got like 4 of these bitches over here, and I had 6.
I will move here.
Oh, because they can't take a reaction.
Yep, because he's in the danger zone.
Mhm.
Oh, also, grind maniple falls off at the end of your turn, Gaku.
And that makes me so happy. You don't understand how happy that. That puts a smile on my corpse.
Can I say here instead?
Sure, there's fine. Oh, at the start of your turn, because you moved, the hive is gonna overwatch you. It doesn't fucking matter, dude. It deals burn.
I don't think it can though, right? Because it's no reactions.
Oh, you're right.
Mhm.
Which means Yaku can escape without being overwatched by these 2.
Thank you. Wait, why are you back there?
Because I don't want to hurt you with this. Well, for starters, I am going to. That was my last attack. The maul? Yeah, because I repaired new vision.
Yep.
I will assault rifle this guy.
All right.
with an advantage because I attacked the melee last time.
Yep. Reliable too.
Reliable too. Alright, didn't hit, so I won't have advantage on this. But I'll go ahead and attack with my weird siblings notes. Come on.
Damn.
That's enough.
Unfortunate.
I will now overcharge.
Pardon?
Beatings will continue.
Till morale improves.
Giving me 5 heat, which puts me into
You overheat.
Yeah.
Explode.
Roll on the overheat table.
Okay. Is that a d6?
Yes.
That's probably good.
A 6.
As usual.
You become impaired until the end of your next turn.
Okay. But
Everything around you in that radius, literally all of it takes 1d6.
yep. And
Good shit. What's the range?
they have to make a hull save or be immobilized.
Okay. Yaku, you see as Taurus overcharges, a massive wave of heat comes from it. The 2 berserkers in front of you melt.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The hive takes not that much damage. And it
Good
needs
luck,
to make a
Storyboard
hull
does.
save.
A whole save, yeah.
Wait, do these have exactly 1 HP?
The grunts. That's 6.
Fucking material, right?
Look, I said they were weak when I killed the one with like 6 damage.
That one is immobilized.
It is immobilized.
How about these guys?
that-
Do they take damage?
They do. They each take 1.
Okay.
And mobile.
Mobilize is just moving.
Yeah, they
Alright.
cannot be removed.
You just can't chase.
Increment your turn for me, Taurus.
Yeah, I'm not done though because I overcharged.
Oh. What are you gonna do?
Beatings will continue.
Is my heat reset after I do the thing and I get a core stress? Is that how that works?
Yep.
Yeah. It's like heat stress or heat structure.
HP.
I will now attack with my plasma ball.
Alright. Let's fucking do it.
So
You missed, so it's still loaded.
11. Is that hit?
You fucking kill it.
Break that shit. Yeah.
Fucking finally.
You overcharge, you overheat, you grab your maul, and you raise it high overhead and bring it down like a sledgehammer on a watermelon. And you pop this fucking hive, and the residual heat from your overcharge bursts out of the back of Taurus in a massive wave, melting the 2 remaining berserkers. As the hive dies, so do the swarms.
Woo! I was about to take
Good
so
shit.
much more damage. Thank you.
In one fell swoop, you killed all of the remaining combatants, Taurus.
MVP! MVP!
Just like glowing red hot. As steam is like at the end of combat, like steam starts like just shooting at it towards as it attempts to cool down.
Eventually.
My turret crumbles into nanobots before it gets melted.
Eventually, you do cool down, and it is safe to leave your mech.
Well, I don't think I will leave, but
Now, and don't you want to rendezvous with your boys to make sure they're not dead?
I can move in the mech though, right?
You successfully beat back the machine's forces, and you make your way to the plaza. In the central city, you all find that Hive Home, probably this.
I hated that. That was awful.
I am sorry.
No. Just
Yaku tank.
You
I
live.
have to increase my AC.
I take it you're. I take it you're.
You're going to do that
fucking-
either way. So don't act like that was a new strategy for you.
No, you taught me to increase other stats.
Yeah, I don't think you actually listened to me.
I may have.
I don't believe that.
May
I
have.
don't believe that.
We
I'm
don't know
going
because I didn't get a
to-
level up in between those conversations.
I'm going to stabilize myself on the way back and just like soak in fucking nanobots for a minute.
All right. You do have time for a quick repair, by the way.
Okay.
What does this do?
Then I will also fix my
A
structure.
quick repair. It's like a short rest.
Do I automatically repair my HP, or do I have to repair with a repair kit?
You repair it with a repair kit.
Can you put me back on the other screen just for a sec? Because I don't think my structure is tied to what I was tracking on my token.
Sure. Back to Abaddon.
Yeah, they're not here. Just so I
So-
don't get confused later. Okay, thank you.
My
You're welcome.
overcharge is going to be a D6.
Yeah,
On the
I
rest
think
of
we
the mission,
decided that the overcharge stays and we can't repair that. That's like a long rest.
That's still a mission, yeah.
But
Okay.
if you want to fix your core stress, you can do that with a repair kit on a short rest.
Okay.
What is it? 2 repair kits? What's the deal with that?
Does it take 2?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's
The game one
2
game of the
unless you're the unless you're one of the starter mechs.
And then structure damage is the same way. It takes 2 repairs to bring that down to 1.
I think so.
I'm trying to
'Cause
find
I've got
short rest.
replaceable parts that says
Yeah.
can be
I don't
repaired
have
at a
that.
rate of 1 repair per structure as opposed to 2.
Yeah.
So that's probably
I will hold
That's a-
off.
that makes a lot more sense knowing that you can heal in combat like that though. Because I was always like, well fuck, you get like you take structure and you got like no repair kits on some of these other mechs, and that just sounds painful. But it all makes sense now.
And repair kits come back on a long rest?
Yes.
Longer, yeah.
Long.
Whenever we can get
When
back to
we-
a point.
Yeah, when you get back to a full repair.
Yeah.
All right. You eventually make your way back to the center of the city. In the central plaza, you find that the Hive Home Command, consisting of Terror, Alir Ordo, Piotr, and how have I forgotten someone's name? Primoz. Have put together a crisis response HQ. You see Alir is organizing teams to go out and rescue as many people as possible. They also enlist your aid in doing this, as your mechs are easily able to remove rubble, and you become instrumental in helping save a lot of people. Over the coming hours, engineers embark on missions to evaluate the structural integrity of the cavern. Eventually, though, they return with very grim news. The entirety of Hive Home must be evacuated. It's no longer stable. Other news comes from Persinian Rangers. The machine's attack seems to have been quelled for now, but there's no telling when it will happen again. Terror is currently not present with the rest of the leaders. They are working to soothe Endeavor, who has fallen into some sort of catatonic trance. The waves that keep interrupting your radio signals, as it turns out, are coming from Endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
Being in Endeavor's proximity is nearly impossible, as it's putting out waves of pain from its witness, so strong it is actually interacting with radio waves.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay over here.
As the evacuation proceeds, eventually, you receive news. The cause of this devastation was something done by the machine forces. Daylight was hit by some sort of orbital weapon. All telegraph and radio lines have been severed, and the scouts sent to re-establish contact come back with horrifying news. All that's left of Daylight is a crater, kilometers across. The entire city and the mountain above it is gone. Cooling water and steaming molten stone fill the caldera at the bottom of a crater that was once home to millions. Anyone in Daylight at the time of the strike is presumed dead.
What about the other location? Do we know anything about that?
You do. Michael Fields, which is partially above ground, is relatively distant from Evergreen, and even further still from Daylight. It suffered dramatic tremors, but ultimately its infrastructure suffered very, very minor damage. And it can be scaled to support refugees. But the leadership will need to prepare for the dramatic increase in population. And the refugees will be susceptible to the elements in the meantime. This is the safest option for the survivors of High Foam.
So it looks like they dropped a Mac round on Daylight, and that's what set off High Foam.
Yes.
Do we know anything about Evergreen?
Nothing. As you come above ground, you're able to get something, though. Coming from a repeating radio band, obviously pirate radio. Nix, you are able to finally catch that signal that you caught during the summit. The signal is as follows. Your holo screen lights up, showing a still image, a slowly rotating landmark logo. The still fades and is replaced by a shot of a plain podium set up in the entry hall of the council chamber. After a moment, Adina G emerges at the end of the hall, out of focus in the deep background of the shot. She appears to be talking to someone out of frame, calm. She gestures to a folder she carries, nods, and then starts walking towards the platform. She looks tired, put together, but only just. Her clothes, of a fine make not printed, are wrinkled. She sets the folder on the podium, opens it, clears her throat, and begins. Good morning, people of Evergreen. I know many of you are wondering why Patience and I have called this public address, and we will get to that. But first I wanted to assure you that you are not in danger. First, know that we have increased security around the city and bolstered our foot patrols with subalterns. In addition, we have increased print orders for armored vehicles and enacted curfews to ensure that the streets are safe and clear for our militia. Already, Landmark Colonial has forwarded a priority emergency request to the System Authority, and Union has responded by directing a crisis management team here. You may have encountered them already. For the time being, any restrictions on movement are for your safety. The best place to be is inside your homes, so that our armed forces can better do their job. Evergreen's officers are here to keep you safe, but we need your cooperation to do so. In the meantime, you will see a new calendar pushed to your personal handhelds. It contains a clear schedule for the planned duration of the lockdown, new production quotas, a mechanism for requesting personal print orders, and other details. Any questions, comments, or concerns can be shared with the administration via Evergreen's municipal terminals. Patience and I thank you for your cooperation and your understanding. Now, without further delay, Adina's voice gives out. Fatigue, stress. She clears her throat, looks under the podium. There's a glass of water there, which she drinks. Adina shuffles her papers, drawing out a second prepared statement. And, with that, I want to introduce our crisis manager. You see her hands are shaking. Beggar 1, an officer of Overland King Watcher, and the primary liaison of the Union mission to this world. Adina steps to the side of the podium. She looks down at the plush carpet of the governor's mansion. At the end of the hall, a subaltern strides around the corner. It is tall, obviously mil-spec in its build. An old Union officer's broadcoat pinned over its shoulders gives it its rank as colonel. Its brachial and cruel armature is sleeved in tough fabric, faded from Union blue. It walks with an imperious swagger, the confidence of a tank rolling down the street of an unoccupied city. On its chest plating, a painted bundle of wheat. Ancient numerals on either side. It's an old unit, you think. The subalterns reach the podium and grab the edges. Good day, citizens. Pursuant to Union Joint Resolution 2CN 2044504, I have assumed total theater control. From this moment on, this territory is under my protection. An unseen order from off-camera. It's Patience's voice, but different. In the background of the shot, a pair of subalterns step around the corner where the hallway ends. They're dragging something behind them. You have been plagued by an unidentified enemy. Speaking for Beggar One seems to be an act of labor. Not because of any physical obstructions, but because of lack of use. The cadence is all wrong, as if whatever mind that controls it hasn't spoken in a long time. The subalterns in the background lurch towards the camera. Adina G covers her nose and steps a little out of frame, looking away. You have suffered many dead. The subalterns are hauling a body, but not a human one. I am here to show you your enemy. Beggar One steps aside as the subalterns reach the podium. They drop the body and hurry to move the podium. Camera adjusts focus, pulls out to show a wider shot. There are more subalterns standing just out of frame and a handful of militia troopers, their faces covered. Adina covers her nose. The camera zooms in, focuses, and shows an Egregorian. This was the first time most of Evergreen had seen one. The Egregorian is dull in death, a chitinous arthropoidal hulk, its feather antenna russet, its carapace an oily olive black. One of its legs has been cracked, shot off at the knee. Its body is stained with a deep purple red, kind of blood, from the wounds that brought it down. The camera lingers. You see it wears a kind of webbing. Leather straps that fasten additional chitin armor over sensitive areas. There are brilliantly colored patches of epidermis on its neck and sides, iridescent ruby reds, magentas, and violets. This is a juvenile Egregorian warrior. Beggar One speaks off camera. You can see that even the young are prepared to kill. The camera zooms in on its head, decimated by shot. A subaltern manipulator reaches into frame and turns what is left. The dead Egregorian's mandible flops open, revealing rows of black teeth. Brutal geometry meant to shred flesh. The wide lines here, Beggar One narrates as the subalterns continue to manipulate the corpse head. Scrawled lines of paint loop around the dead Egregorian's orbital openings. War paint. Savage marks, meant to guarantee safe passage from this life back to its overmind. This one successfully transmitted back to its mind. A good thing. We were able to track the transmission back to its new home. The shot changes. A mountain. Mount Cooper. Acting in my capacity as theater commander, I have authorized the removal of this persistent threat. You are safe. The Union is here. There is a flash, and the mountain explodes. Then the recording cuts off.
Krista will slam her fist into the nearest surface.
Yaku will just whisper, fuck.
Am I able to pick up that calendar she was talking about by any chance?
You may have been at one point, but it's already been sent out. You feel like you'll be unable to. If you can get your hands on someone's like personal handheld, then you could hack the calendar out of it.
Okay. Well, that won't do us any good right now.
Indeed. In time, you come to learn that the city held out, albeit briefly, and they were even able to evacuate some of the civilian population before it fell to the machine. But now you have two choices. You can follow the refugees from Hive Home and proceed to Michael Fields. Or you could attempt to strike out on your own and try to return to Evergreen and find out what remains of the city.
Is this a decision now?
Yep.
Damn, I'm so overwhelmed.
I don't. I mean, there's the chance that if we get back there, we'd be able to make use of the printer. But I think that's about our only benefit.
I think going into Evergreen might be extremely dangerous.
Mm-hmm. No, I think you're right.
Dude.
I think at our best we could get like maybe course our way in, get one use of the printer, and then bounce before we're considered hostile, if even that. Right now is a good idea.
Pretty sure the machines will recognize our call signs at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I haven't read
So if we go into Evergreen, I think we're going to be looking at an assault with just the three of us against whatever they got.
Defensive wise. So,
Well, it's just a question of how hostile they intend to be. But I don't like the option either way.
What was the other option then? Going with the refugees and protecting them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, escorting them to Michael. What did you
Michael
call it?
Fields. Yeah.
Michael Fields.
Michael Fields.
I think the most important thing that we need to check up on right now is that they said they tracked basically the thing Saul going back, if I understood that correctly.
Yeah, that's news to me. Yeah, I didn't know they could do that.
That's something that the Egregorians need to be made aware of, otherwise we're gonna lose the next safe house.
We can tell Terror whenever we meet back up with them.
But we need to pull all the Egregorians out right now, otherwise if another one gets killed, they can just trace it back.
Alright, well, we went from 3 towns to 1. But it's better than 0.
Indeed.
So we can go with them. We have their support and trust. Maybe try to work with them.
I mean, it won't be long.
I'm very
before
concerned
we're
about the
looking for-
fucking orbital drop shit or whatever the fuck happened there. I'm sorry to cut you off. What you say?
I'm just saying it won't be long until people are looking for revenge either way. So we'll get a supporting force one way or the other unless we're wiped out before then. But yeah, that's a problem. Could I
But it's
could I scan just to see if I can pick up anything that could lead me to information on that orbital shot?
bet it's the weather station.
After
I bet it's the weather
after that pirate radio
Mm-hmm.
scan, you realize something. That's the only signal out of Evergreen combined. The rest of Evergreen has gone dark.
Okay. Alright. Project for later.
the fall of daylight and the destruction of Hive Home, the HUC have determined that they must pack their belongings, salvage what they can, and make for Michael Fields, the only remaining HUC city. They march en masse, transporting the whole surviving population of Hive Home and the scant few survivors of Daylight to Michael Fields. This great movement is ongoing. At this stage, the HUC's high command has set up in Michael Fields and is beginning to plan a counterattack into Evergreen. Gradually, fall begins. And with the beginning of fall comes the end of our session.